Greetings, YouTube. I no longer read fiction, but at one time I read a lot of fiction. When I finally got rid of my fiction collection, I gave away 21 boxes full of books. Mostly paperbacks. I prefer them over hardcovers. And most of them science fiction, fantasy, espionage, and some horror. I didn't read a lot of horror, but I did have a few authors I liked. And one of my favorites, in fact, I would have to say the author that I consider as a go-to when it comes to scary stories, is Poppy Z. Brite. You may not have heard of her, but her books are fairly well enjoyed in the horror community. The last one I read of hers was called The Exquisite Corpse. And one of the things I liked about her was that not only could she carry a novel and did novels in different styles, but she could also do short stories. For example, Clive Barker writes a ripping short story, but he can't write a novel to save his life. Because they don't actually end. His novels just kind of drift off, and then there are no more words. But his short stories are tight and entertaining. In particular, his books, the Books of Blood, are wonderful. And the tagline for the books still to this day makes me smile, which is, "For we all are books of blood, and when we are opened, we are read." That's a great line. But Poppy Z. Brite had a way of handling characters that really made them tangible to me. It's like I knew these people. And in Exquisite Corpse, she touched on new angles for the subject of serial killers. And yes, there are two in the novel, which I thought was kind of interesting, because they're completely unrelated at the beginning of the book, and intimately related at the end. But what she could do was put images into your head that simply don't ever go away. Horrible, horrible images. And in this particular book, ones that are very painful if you're a male. One thing I find interesting about her style is that almost every single love scene that she's ever read, and I don't think I ever read one that wasn't between two gay men, or at least two bisexual men. The theory behind this is that she is a heterosexual woman, so the only thing she knows how to write about is men. So she writes stories that deal with men who like men. This has always struck me as a little odd, because she is a female, and should be able to write about from the point of view of being a heterosexual female. But she seems to enjoy writing about gay men. She does it well, they're entertaining, so water under the bridge. But if you're looking for an author that really is different and fun, and very much in the horror genre, I recommend Poppy Z. Brite, and in particular her novel Exquisite Corpse. I know she's written some books since then. I haven't read them, so I can't really comment on it whether they're any good or not. But I'd be stunned if they weren't enjoyable, if not exquisite.